Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone's having a really good week. Oh, there we go. Um, yeah, I'll wait a couple seconds to see whoever's on, and then we'll kick this off. Awesome topic that I want to speak about today. Inspired a little bit by Tony Robbins. Been listening to some of his stuff lately. I think it's amazing. I just wanted to give my spin to it. Yeah, just an interesting topic overall. But yeah, we'll give it a couple seconds. Um, cool. So, moving closer and closer to Christmas. Hope everyone has planned out their 2017 in detail. Sort of what you want to achieve. I've actually found for myself it's quite useful to do it with multiple people, two different groups, because you get a different perspective every time on sort of like the types of goals you want to work on. So definitely I would advise taking the time to do that. But yeah, anyways, guys, today I wanted to speak about something that came up, and I just thought it was a really cool topic because I feel like what we tend to do is we avoid success. How do we do that, right? So the reason we avoid success is because we tell ourselves stories, basically in our minds. We tell ourselves stories on a repetitive basis, and those stories, if you keep telling them to yourself, eventually you're gonna believe it. Eventually you're gonna get to the point where it's not no longer a story because you believe in it. So whatever it might be, it starts to get deeper into your mind. And for example, you might not even know what that story is. But the idea here is to try to think and to see what are those thoughts that go through your mind, and what are the stories that come up for you. Because the better you know what those stories are for you, the better you can start to realize, okay, like I should be changing that up. I should be telling myself a better story. And the reason you avoid success is because when those stories come into your mind, you start believing them. And so you don't go after the things that you want to do because those negative stories are in your mind. So for example, something that might come up is, if you are working in a job, you might not believe that you deserve a better position. Maybe you think the story that you have is that you don't have the right knowledge, you don't have the right connections, you don't have the, whatever it might be, the expertise. You haven't had built up 3-4 years of something that you want to do. But the idea is that story is something that you are creating for yourself. And so you want to watch out, because at the end of the day, and I had this with a client of mine, is eventually it's not so much like those aspects are important, but what's more important is what the story that you tell yourself, the story that you tell yourself about why you are ready, the story you tell yourself about why it is already time for you to step up, and the reason why you do deserve, for instance, a promotion, in the case of my clients. So again, it's about the stories that we tell ourselves, and this can be applied across the grid. Like whether it's going to the gym and you start making those excuses or whatnot. It's again about looking at those stories that come up for you. So I don't know if this is making sense, guys, but what you want to do is, in the areas where you're trying to make breakthroughs, in the areas where you're trying to create more success for yourself, right? It's important to look at what are you telling yourself? What's coming up in your mind in relation to that area of your life, whether it be health, whether it be friendships, whether it be career, whether it be whatever it might be, and you're trying to step that up, but you're not necessarily seeing the results just yet. It's about trying to think, what is the story you're telling yourself, and is it limiting? Is it a story that doesn't empower you? And if it's not empowering you, then maybe it's worth reanalyzing it and literally changing the story. And you know, when you think about that, sometimes it doesn't make as much sense, because it's like, you know, you're not, then you won't be telling yourself the truth. But the key point here is that basically, what is the real story? Is it the empowering one, or is it the disempowering one? And at the end of the day, neither is probably right. So you might as well, to get to move towards success, you might as well build on the story that does push you forward, the story that puts you in the best light, that helps you move forward, contribute, be more, whatever that might be. But it's about looking at those stories that you come up with and deciding, you know, you're not gonna listen to them, you know, that you're gonna use the ones that are most empowering. So guys, if you're watching this later, and you know, something comes up, an idea comes up, feel free to comment. I'll obviously get back to you. I hope everyone's having an amazing week. And yeah, we're cruising towards Christmas. So like I said, I hope your 2017 is mapped out. And I will be back on later this week. Have a great end to your week, guys. Bye-bye.